You in here? Fresh out of the freezer. Fresh cause I was freezed up. Fresh out of the deeper freezer, cause I'm deeper than any voice on speakers. I can't hear y'all haters, you gotta speak up. I don't need to slow down, I need to speak up. Anonymous activity, body beat stuff. Jealousy's a key mask, emotion, and ease up. Fresh out of the freezer. Fresh cause I was freezed up. Fresh out of the deeper freezer, cause I'm deeper than any voice on speakers. I can't hear y'all haters, you gotta speak up. I don't need
Welcome to the Ultimate DJ Music Review and More Talk Show. I am your host, Miss Tasha B. And you know, guys, of course, we just had a wonderful guest in the building. I don't know where he went that quick, but you know, we have somebody fascinated in the building. You guys, a lot of stuff is going on, a lot of stuff is taking place, but we are not doing current affairs. I'll probably do that in like a couple of days or so. You know, y'all know how we do. Let me fix these glasses. Y'all know they be crooked as hell on my face, right? I think one of my earlobes is crooked or something. I don't know what's wrong with these glasses. They be sideways as hell. Look at them. No matter how I try to twist them and fix them, they be sideways as hell. Let's work on it. Okay, we might got it. Listen, you know, guys, we always have a wonderful guest in the building, and today is no different. We have the wonderful Mr. Mike G in the building, and Mike is going to tell you about himself. I'll let him tell you about himself. Okay, so welcome, Mike G. In the
Hey, how
building.
y'all doing, man? How y'all doing, man? I appreciate you for having me on the show, man. First of all, thank you for that, man. I really appreciate the love and support, man. So shout out to you and everybody that supports you and your movement as well.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming. Thank you for coming. Mike, listen. Before we start, I don't know if you know what we do over here. I don't know if you done caught up to me because I can send some zingers every now and again. But for the most part, it's a very enjoyable interview. Every now and again, I say some fuck shit though. Just know that.
Hey, man, it's
But
all good, man.
Mike,
It's all love over here.
do me a favor before we get into the music. Who is Mike G when the microphone is turned off, and what do people who know you personally understand about you that fans may not?
Man, well, first and foremost, man, I'm actually outside of being an artist and recording music and a former radio personality as well. You know, doing interviews like yourself right now. How you doing? This whole setup right here is very familiar with me. You know what I mean? And for those that know me, know that I'm about family and friends and work. You know what I mean? I'm always, if I'm not at home with my family or my little 6-year-old son, my wife, and my 22-year-old, 23-year-old son, I'm at work. You know what I mean? If I'm not at work, I'm in the studio working. Like those are like really my three things that I do outside of recording music. You know what I mean? That's all I really do. That's what I'm known for over here in my circle and in my little neck of the woods in West Texas. But yeah, man, I try to stay consistent with it. And I have a lot of new projects that I haven't dropped yet that I'm gonna drop this year. I got a dope single lined up with recorded and in the bag already with cover art ready to go with the dope artist at
Yeah.
Fort Worth, Texas, man. You know what I mean? So that's who I am, man. I'm an artist. You know, I actually got a show coming up next week as well. So I'm an artist / performer, man. I love being on stage. I love being in the studio recording music when I'm not at home with my family. Those are really my options. That's what keeps me out of jail and out of trouble and from doing fuck shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mike, I asked a series of questions over here to kind of break the ice and let people get to know who you are as an artist. And then, if we have a little time in between, we get our little silliness on over here. Are you good at answering questions?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it. That's what I'm here, man. It's your platform. I want to do what you do over here, man. Bring me into your world.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Your journey has taken you through Texas hip hop and into rooms with influential figures in the culture. What did
Yes,
those
man.
experiences teach you about the difference between making music and building a music career?
That taught me that I've come too far to just quit. You know what I mean? It's real easy to get caught up in your everyday routine with life and family and kids and work and life and kids and work and life and kids and work. You know what I mean? But if you're actually bringing
Yeah,
something to the table, if you got
yeah,
a craft that you're working on that you want to succeed in, ultimately, that taught me that not to quit. You know what I mean? I was sitting there for one when I was sitting there interviewing Jay Prince in Houston, Texas, at a Rap a Lot Studios compound that I took my family with. While I was interviewing and talking to him, like you're doing right here with me, we were sitting face to face in person though, and I just thought like, man, wow, I'm over here talking to Jay Prince. You know what I mean? I wasn't fanned out or nothing. You know what I mean? Because I've talked to several famous people already at that point in my journey, and but Jay Prince by far was one of the most influential in the hip hop world. You know what I mean? I mean, Jay Prince. Everybody that's familiar with. If you even got a little iota of knowledge about the hip hop game, Jay Prince moves it in circles heavily. You know what I mean? And so the fact that a little Mexican from West Texas construction worker, electrician, construction worker, was interviewing somebody like that or that magnitude, it just brought me, and I set that all up by myself. You know what I mean? I don't have no agent, no manager, none of that shit. No CEO that I had to go get approval from. I did that shit for myself. I sent the emails and reached out to him directly, and he hit me back, or his people hit me back. And at that time, he was promoting a book. He was on a book tour that he was releasing, that movie, Money, Respect, and Power, I think it's called. And shit, it was it was a surreal moment to say the least. You know what I mean? It was a surreal moment to know that I did the work, the leg work, and I delivered to as far as driving to Houston, because Lubbock, where I live, I'm
Mike,
from
you might
Lubbock,
have to pull
Texas.
over for a minute to do your interview because you're boring.
Am
You're
I
you're
cutting out?
boring. So you may have to pull over for a hot second.
Okay,
Yes.
man, pull over. I could you at this shit. There's a park coming up right here at that park. Yeah, yeah, I got you. I'm about to pull over right now. Yes, man.
Uh
Sorry
huh. You
about
got to
that.
go over there
I
with a
was.
buffalo roam.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah.
Mike, wh-
Yeah, right
what
here,
was
right.
the biggest misconception you had about the music business when you first started, and what do you know now that you wish somebody had told you then?
Uh, you just must have been there. That that you can make money right away. You know what I mean? Everybody thinks that you're gonna drop an
Yeah,
album, a single, and go platinum immediately and start making all kinds of money. You know what I mean? And even with doing interviews and radio, people think that you're gonna just hit it big all of a sudden. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people that have been recording music and releasing music for years,
yeah,
and you know, I feel that I've come a long way further in the shorter amount of time, and the short amount of time that I've been doing it. But that's just because opportunities present themselves to different people at a different time, and only a certain amount of people capitalize and follow through
yeah.
on said opportunities. You know what I mean? So It's just like there's an interview right now that we're doing right here. Whenever we first initially reached out to each other and made contact, and if I hadn't reached out and done the legwork and sent you the information that was needed, this interview would have happened. Yeah, and there's a road right there, parking there, and a lot of people miss out on opportunities just simply because they're lazy, they don't follow through, and I'm guilty of that as well. You know what I mean? Or sometimes things aren't just all your ducks are not aligned to take full advantage of a certain opportunity. Yeah, and there that way we don't. I mean, that way you don't. Some people where they can't travel the distance, they can't pay the money or whatever it is. There's always roadblocks in people's paths at any point in their career, and all I can say is sometimes you just gotta sacrifice, man. You gotta not go to certain things to make an appointment or make a show happen or make a song happen or make an interview happen. Not everybody's gonna agree with what you're doing. Yeah, right here in the shade of perfect for like a few minutes.
You know,
Is that better?
the
Can he
funny
hear
part
me better
about
now?
that is that a lot of yes, I can hear you. Can you
Okay,
hear
thank
me?
you. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you clear. I've been hearing you clear, loud and clear.
Okay, you know what happens though. A lot of times, um, other people talk them out of themselves.
Yes,
That's what
ma'am.
I find out in the industry when you're around a lot of people who, because most of the people don't support, like your friends don't support you as much as you supposed to, or as they're supposed to. I think I was telling somebody that last week about that, that little Christ thing where a prophet is not without honor except in his own home in his own hometown. So a lot of
Yeah,
times
yeah, yeah.
we be expecting that our friends are going to push us or those that we think are friends. And a lot of times, what I find with people is that that's a deterrent for them to not push as hard because they really wanted that fan base from people that they know and that they love. And then when that is not there, that's not reciprocated. A lot of times people give up on themselves,
Yeah. I know what you mean because I
And
be seeing
so,
people
it
spaz out
has
on
to be a
Facebook.
self-preservation mode in order to really make it like once.
Yeah, I be
Go ahead.
seeing
I'm
people
sorry.
spaz
Say it
out.
again.
No, no, you're right. You're right. I see people spaz out on Facebook about that a lot. Like, I'm gonna stop liking people's stuff. I'm gonna stop resharing stuff. Nobody gives a love. I mean, you got to be able to accept that that's not always gonna happen. You know what I mean? That you're not always gonna get support from everybody, and you got to be okay with it. It's the same thing as knowing that you're gonna get criticized by certain people. Not everybody's gonna like your music or a certain song that you did. You got to be okay with that coming into this business and be able to live with that. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it just pushes you to make a better song, write better material or do better performance wise. You can't give up on stuff like that because it's gonna happen to everybody. You know what I mean? Not everybody can always make your shows. Not everybody can always go buy your album.
Now,
It's gonna
now,
happen.
Mike, Mike
Can you hear
G,
me? Yeah.
you stuck. Okay, there you go. Now, Mike G, what is a Mexican doing hip hop, bro?
Man, I'm
I'm
telling
just
you,
saying.
man. It was I feel
I
like
know it's a thing, but I had to ask. I had to ask.
man. Yeah, yeah, and that's funny. You know what I mean?
Go
It's funny
ahead.
that you asked too, but I like from in my circle of life over here where I grew up. I feel like I'm one of many. You know, what I mean, everybody that I grew up with was talented in one way or another, whether it was singing or playing instruments or the guitar or the drums or dancing. Everybody that I knew could do something. I'm not the only musician in my family. Like I have lots of cousins that are singers and rappers. My mom, my sister, a lot of people in my family are singers and rappers. And I've been fortunate to do some acting as well, some modeling with an agency, and but music is like the thing that I've always been around. And I don't know, man. I just hip hop's always moved me. I'm from the culture. You know what I mean? I'm from Texas. Everybody that is from Texas, and the hip hop culture in Texas, Texas got its own flavor of hip hop, man. You know what I mean? We got people from New York trying to come over here and fuck with music, make music in Texas with people from Texas. I mean, it's a known thing. And I don't know, I just gravitated towards it. You still there?
You still
You feel like you
talking? You
froze.
still borging out?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't
That's
know, man.
me frozen.
Yeah, you look like
Feel
you was
like you
frozen there for a
frozen.
second.
I can see me.
Yeah, I
Can you
can see
see me?
me. Yeah, I can see you now. You good?
I can see
Can you
me.
see me?
Okay, because I'm you over there borging bad, bro. But I think that it'll
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's just a signal, man. Yeah, I got
pick
all
it
my
up
bars. I
because a
got
lot
all
of
my
times
bars.
when it's borging on the studio, when I go
Go ahead and get at it. Go ahead
back
and
and do
roll
the
through.
playback, I actually hear you, and sometimes it's a little crazy over here.
Yeah.
It's crazy as hell. That's all I can tell you.
So tell me, how long have you been doing?
So
How
now,
long you been doing your
um,
platform?
for I've been doing this. I've been doing hip hop since its inception almost. Um,
That's what's up, man.
I was young out the world, go back years and years and years.
Yeah. I got you.
From graffiti to scratching, because ultimately I'm a DJ, and
Yeah,
but I've been
that's
here
what's
for a
up.
long time. I'm one of those quiet storm people that people see me and they be like, oh, that's that lady. You know what I mean? Like I'm one of those people that
Yeah,
I ease in like a quiet storm, and you can forget me once you see me in person. You'll be like, oh shoot, that was her. So a lot
yeah,
of people know me from sight because I kind of quietly come in and quietly move out. One of them type of people.
yeah. You get in, do your thing, and get out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. You get in, do your thing, and you get
You
out.
know?
Yeah, I can hear you just good.
Okay, okay. Yeah. I like a lot of people around, not all the time. So I try to go in, do
Yeah,
what I do, and I bounce. I'm out. You know.
yeah.
I
Ain't
want
nothing wrong
I
with that,
want to
man. Ain't
plug
nothing
up
wrong with
this
that.
extender to see if that works a little bit better. But yeah, it be cutting me off a little bit sometime. Now, let me ask you this. You've had the opportunity to connect with Jay Prince, a major figure in Texas hip hop. What did being around that level of music business leadership teach you about ownership, independence, and protecting your vision?
Man, definitely ownership is key. Know how to own your content. Know how to capitalize off your content. If you're gonna be in the content game, in the music game, in any capacity, you know what I mean. You gotta own your own content. That way you ain't gotta feed everybody else and pay everybody else to do the stuff. If you could do everything in house, that's awesome. That's the way I did my radio shows. We was interviewing people, and I had a asked some friends that were helping me with the production end and editing and stuff like that. Whenever my interviews aired on radio, so shout out to Molina Entertainment. They helped carry me through 6 seasons of Mike G's
Yeah.
two radio shows. You know what I mean? I had a Real Talks on Mike G, and I had Mike's Global Mix, where I played people's music from around the world. I had people from around the world sending me music to air. So that's pretty dope.
And I want you to take this advice very thoroughly. Mike, do not say people's is lazy. That is going. That's going. The climate
Yeah,
is kind of funky right now,
yeah,
bro. Is
Yeah, it
you
is,
using
man. It
those?
is. Fuck the signal.
Yeah. So you know, make sure you
Yeah,
find
it
another
is.
word, unmotivated. You know.
I'm motivated. Yeah, people
So
that's
you know,
not
I
motivated.
you hear me?
Yeah,
When when you look at the legacy of Rap a Lot and what Jay Prince helped build, what do you think independent artists today can learn from that model?
you got to evolve. You know, he. Speaking of him, you know, he's definitely evolved a lot in the game. So he knew, you know, when to step away from certain things or when to move a different direction. I mean, for the most part, man, he's done well. You know what I mean? Of course, you know, there's been that all that stuff that happened with Offset and all that, which was not his doing, but you know, he got dragged into all that. But I mean, I feel like he's managed to be all right despite all that. So you just got to know how to, you got to know how to move through certain situations, you know. And I guess somebody of his stature, he's had the experience, you know, how to move and maneuver through certain situations. Jay Prince.
Okay.
Can
Are
you
you
hear
still
me?
moving? Because I can hear you, but not. You know. Yeah, that was a very trying time with Takeoff.
Yeah, man.
Um, yeah, was
Yeah,
that some
recipes.
real sad, tired behavior? Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's
man.
tired behavior coming from the hip hop community. And what has happened is it has changed the format of hip hop. Um, and believe it or not, it is what actually put Afro beats on top of hip hop.
Yeah, yeah, man.
If
RIP
that makes
Takeoff, man,
sense.
for real.
You
Yeah, I
know,
mean, cause
because they're a safer brand. You know,
yeah, most of the time
go ahead.
you ain't gonna deal with that type of energy at an Afro beat show or environment of that type of, you know, in that capacity, you know, because it's all about love and peace and smoking in that environment. You know what I mean? So it's a total different energy and different crowd of people that are going to be attending those type of events versus a hip hop show or a hip hop event that caters around hip hop and violence and talk about shooting guns and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's what the majority of the younger generation of artists are putting out nowadays, so to speak. You know, because I'm 46. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about that type of stuff. You know, about blasting people or selling drugs and all that. I mean, I've already done all that. You know what I mean?
Where
We don't need that type of energy.
that move up a little bit. Let's see is with your signal.
What's that? Are you good? Can you hear me?
Move up a little bit with your signal. Where are you parked at? Just a little bit. Let's see if we can catch a greater signal. I can hear you a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Is that better? Can you hear me now?
Talk. Let me say something. Let me hear what you.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yes, I can hear you way better. Great. There you go.
yeah. Definitely. Those those Afro beats, and that music, that genre, it's just a different type of energy, man. There's love and everybody's vibing, and we're talking about smoking ganja and that type of stuff in those type of shows. You know what I mean? So it's a big difference in energy when it's hip hop. You know what I mean? Rap, because you know most of the time this younger generation is talking about
You still
selling
moving.
drugs and guns. How's that?
Yeah, but you know, believe it or not, I don't like Afro beats at all. I didn't like it from the very beginning of it. Um, I think, I haven't like Afrobeat since Fela Kuti.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
stuff I like Tim's.
yeah.
Like I like Tim's of out of everybody. Tim's is the one that I think that I appreciate the most. But I really necessarily myself like Afrobeats is something about especially me being a DJ. Like it's something about the rhythm that bothers me. You know what I mean? Like I'm a hip hop DJ, so listening to Afro beats is like listening to a 3-beat sound on a 4-beat number.
Yeah,
If
I
that makes
got you.
sense.
Yeah, it is a lot more simple. The beats are a lot more simpler. They're not as complex as hip hop and rap. You know what I mean? Because then producers get creative. They do get creative with their
Yeah, I never
beats.
like Afrobeats at all. So I'm kind of I'm kind of glad that they took that out. That they took that out of the categories because that should be done over there where it's really appreciated. It's not as appreciated except amongst those who are here in the states that
Yeah,
actually vibe to that. So I'm kind of glad that they kind of removed that off of the MTV
yeah.
World
That's more. It's not as
myself because
prominent. Yeah,
it's
you're
not
right.
really
It's
our music here.
yeah. It's not as
I
prominent
know that
as in
sounds
the
a little crazy, but
U.S.
that's
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're right though. You're
no.
right. Because it's only prominent, real prominent, like in the Caribbeans and stuff like that. I mean, because I be going on a lot of cruises and all over there, everywhere we go, that's all they're jamming most of the time. Oh shit. Yeah, that's all they're jamming most of the time.
You going again?
Nah, can you hear me?
Yeah, so it's one of the, yeah, a little bit in and out, but you're here. Um, was there a particular conversation, encounter, or lesson from your experience around that Texas hip hop circle that changed the way you approach your own career?
Just really not to give up, man. Because I mean, because I've also interviewed other people like people that have been in the game a long time, like Lil Flip, or Mike Jones or Paul Wall. They've been in the game a long time, and they told me just don't stop. Whatever it is that you love doing, whether it's music
Yeah,
or dancing or acting, making movies. I mean, whatever it is you love doing, just don't stop. And most of the time, from their experience, the people that they know that have made it big are the ones that just simply didn't give up. Whenever they got told no, when the door got closed in front of the face, but they just kept going. So, I mean, I guess I'm gonna keep recording music and release it to the day I die. You know what I mean? Whether I make it big or not. You know what I mean? Whether I make a couple of million or not. I'm gonna just keep recording music because it's part of who I am. It's part of my identity. If that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. I mean, I tell people the same thing. A lot of people say to me stuff like, sometimes you could be too old, and I'm telling you, you're never too old to make music. Like the OJs are still making music. They're still
Shit.
performing, and they're way older than all those people that you spoke on. So I
Killer Mike
always
just
tell people to keep moving, keep moving.
Killer Mike. Shout out Killer Mike. Killer Mike hit his first
Go
Grammy.
ahead.
Killer Mike got his first Grammy when he was in his late 40s. I think he was 48 when he got his first Grammy. That's look at Jay-Z.
Yeah,
Jay-Z old as fuck. He's still in the game, winning, making
yeah,
money. They don't they don't
yeah.
they don't have that same energy when it comes to country artists or rock and roll artists. Look at the Beatles. Look at Mick Jagger and shit. That motherfucker 98 years old and shit. He's 107 years old. he's 108 years old. Cat Williams.
He
That motherfucker
well,
113 years old.
Yeah, 114 years old.
He 114 years old. He's still rocking stages, man. Still rocking arenas. They don't tell that motherfucker he's too old. I mean, we might say that, but he don't care. He's still getting paid. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that
So
Jay concert was
as long as
awesome.
you,
I thought that was fabulous.
yeah, I'm
You know, if
telling
you're
you.
gonna do it, that's how you do it. You know,
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
especially
man,
especially when he dreads off and came back as Jay-Z. That was fly to me.
yeah,
Yeah,
man. He
I thought that was fly as hell. I was like, go ahead, Jay. That's what I'm talking about. Come back to Jay-Z. He cut them
yeah, he
dreads
still
off, and that he came out with the afro. The afro was fly. You know, that was fly
yeah,
to me.
yeah, man. So hip hop ain't got no age,
And he
not in my
came back cut
opinion.
off. He stayed. I was like, go ahead, Jay.
Super
Yeah,
horrible, man.
go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, man. Hip
Yeah,
hop
I'm
doesn't
telling
have
you.
no.
That's why I keep telling you to stop.
Yeah, I know, man. Shit. But yeah, man. Shout out Jay
Yeah,
Z,
that's
man. He
why I
gonna
keep
keep
telling you
doing
to
his
pull
thing.
over and stop for a minute, cause yeah, absolutely. Um, let's talk more about Name of Love. What was happening in your life or in your creative mind when the concept for that record came together?
My girl was mad at me. You know what I mean? I'm sure I was mad. I was probably in my feelings. So I said, man, I gotta I gotta write a track. That was just on my mind. You know what I mean? She was on my mind, and I was listening to a pack of beats that a producer had sent me, and that beat just stuck out to me. And I don't know, like within 2 3 minutes of listening to that beat, I had the melody worked out for a hook. Then I just filled in the words
Yeah,
to fit that melody. And man, and before I knew it, I was writing the first verse. Then I was singing it. Then I was rapping it. Then I was singing it and rapping it. I kept singing the hook over and over. So I finally got it down. Then I started working on the second verse. And then, I mean, I literally wrote that beat. I mean, I wrote that song to that beat like within 20, 30 minutes. And then I went and recorded it the next day. That was on a Friday, I remember. I recorded it on a Friday. On that Saturday, I uploaded it to my BMI to register it and all that.
but Mike, the song is fly. It's a fly song. I was glad it to me. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. And I just, man, I just,
Go ahead. I'm listening to you. We having some lag, but it's good. Go ahead.
yeah, man, it was a track that I wanted to get done. Once I felt that, I had to get in the studio immediately to record it. You know what I mean? So once I wrote it, I jumped to the studio the very next day and recorded it. And man, I stayed there till I got it done. Shout out to Juan D. He's a producer out of Lubbock, Texas. I went to his studio and recorded it, man. He's the one that produced that beat as well. So, man, that was probably like the third track that I've done with him. And I've gotten a good response from it. Every time I perform it, man, people love it. So I've had a
Yeah.
couple couples come up to me and tell me like, man, that's a dope ass track that you wrote for your wife, man. So, I appreciate that. And you see, I was, personal about it. You know what I mean? I was talking about my life, so if you're gonna be recording real music and real hip hop and real R&B, because I feel like that's a mixture of R&B and hip hop. You got to be personable.
Yes.
You got to open up about yourself sometimes. And I feel I did. I'm glad you liked it, man. I really, thank you for liking it. I appreciate the love.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that song. I was wondering what happened when I listened to it, because you go into a series of different things in the song, and I don't think if they didn't take time to really listen to what you're saying, they wouldn't understand. But I did understand that you had did some shit and you was trying to say
Yeah,
sorry.
Man, yeah, man. I'm always in the doghouse.
Don't be
You know
doing
how it is
shit.
for
Then she
husbands,
will mad.
man. I'm telling you. Yeah, man. That's and that's part of marriage. You're gonna go through that. You know what I mean? So I can't remember exactly what I did to piss her off that day that she was mad at me, but you know how it is, man. Whenever you get in trouble, man, when you fuck up, you know what I mean. You ain't proud of it. So you definitely got to take it. You
Yeah,
got to be
that's
accountable.
right.
You got to hold yourself accountable. And that was me
Yeah,
holding myself
absolutely.
accountable.
Yeah, you really did in that song. I'm quite I'm quite certain that she probably liked that song because that was a great I'm sorry.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I'm glad you liked it, and I'm glad that people have given me the reception that they have to it as well. Because everybody that I showed to it, they've liked it, and I've presented it on several platforms already in a couple of interviews, and man, they've really liked it, man. So I'm glad that that I was able to record it as soon as I did, because that's when I was feeling it the most. Because you know how it is, an artist, man. You'll come up with
Yeah.
some shit and a melody, and if you don't record it and capture it in that moment, you may not have the same magic for it when you come back and revisit it the following week or even the following day. You know what I mean? So that's what I've learned as an artist in my journey as well. So
Yeah.
if you're feeling it in that moment, man, you better, if you got access to the studio, you better get in there and get it done ASAP, because you're gonna forget that shit tomorrow unless you record it. So
Yeah.
that's what I think, man.
No, no, no. That's great advice. I gave that to somebody a couple weeks ago, and the reason why is because um yeah, because you have more passion when you're feeling it at that moment. You know what I mean? Tell
Yeah,
dude
if
pull over
you're,
there by the cows right there.
man, we pull over right here, chill
You
to
hear me
this
talking about
to
tell
this
dude?
road right here.
Yeah, pull over right there by the cows, right there, up there by
Yeah,
the
right
cows,
there.
right there.
Yeah, right here.
Hip hop is often associated with toughness, competition, money, and bravado. What made you comfortable allowing love, intimacy, and vulnerability to become part of your artistic conversation?
Man, I wanted to change it up. I definitely love to push myself as an artist. Do I sound better right there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you way better.
Okay.
What I think it is that you guys are hitting like blank spots.
Yeah. No, it's just we're in West Texas, man. I'm out here in the goddamn oil fields, man, and service is gonna be like this for the next hour. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It's this is what I deal with every day out here. We make good money, but this is what we got to deal
Yeah,
with. You know what I mean? It sucks. Yeah, it's not good for streaming or radio.
yeah.
It's
We
horrible. It's horrible. But no,
we
I
we,
don't want to be
we
talking
know
about
about
the same type of.
we know about you, country bumpkins. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, it's horrible out here, man. Shit, I fucking hate it. I ain't gonna lie.
Go
Yeah,
ahead. I'm listening.
it's everyone's talking about the same type of thing a lot of time in hip hop, and as an artist, I want to present myself with different challenges, and I wanted to try something out of my comfort zone. You know what I mean? Because not only do I have a track like that that's R&B, I also have two different tracks
Yes.
that are reggaeton, and I'm also singing to it, and I'm singing it in Spanish, but I'm also rapping a version there in English hip hop as well. You know what I mean? So I like to push myself as an artist, and that was me pushing myself and bringing a different element to my craft. And I think I did. I think I did.
Okay. I like reggaeton better than I like Afro beats. You know,
Yeah,
reggaeton
yeah, me
has its
too, man.
own
Yeah, it's
style
different.
and its own flow. Yeah, got its own type of flow. I mean, it's derived from reggae, but it has its own type of flow. It's not and it has a lot more power. than what Afro beats does. Do you believe vulnerability makes an artist stronger, or does it create another level of risk when you
Yeah.
put your personal emotions into music?
Nah, because people are gonna talk crap. If they don't like you, they're gonna, they're not gonna like your music, regardless of whether you're vulnerable or not. But I feel if you open yourself up like that, people are gonna see that you don't give a damn about what nobody says and nobody thinks, and you're gonna do you no matter what.
Yeah, yeah,
So I feel anybody that's holding back from releasing any music like that they got in their pocket already, or if they want to go right and haven't recorded yet, they need to do it right. Like, I feel like right now is the time because everybody's doing something out of their comfort zone, and those are the ones that are going to succeed
yes,
ultimately. Yeah, that's what I feel. So that's my opinion on that.
yeah. This is the right.
Damn, if
Yeah,
people
this is
don't
the
like
right
it, oh
time.
well. Yeah, nobody. If they don't like it, oh well. Record another one. You know what I mean? And record another one after that. That's what I
Yeah,
feel.
this is the right time. You got that right. This is the right time. LL Cool J came out like that when people didn't expect it. Like LL Cool J came out as a
Yeah,
lover boy from my radio. Believe me, I like it loud. To Hey Lover.
yeah.
So
Hey,
yeah,
love.
there's times when you can switch all that up and make it work for you. But it has to
Yeah, man.
have cohesiveness.
Yeah, it's got to make sense as
You know
well
what I'm
too. You know
saying?
what I mean? Because I didn't.
So when
You
you're
can't just release anything.
yeah, yeah, it has to be
Yeah, it's got to
cohesive
make
with
sense. You know what
your
I mean? So
style as an artist. Yeah. So, remember that when you're creating music, like from Name of Love to On. Remember to keep it
yeah,
cohesive so that people don't get mixed emotions on who is Mike G.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely a hip hop artist. Through and through. That's always gonna be my thing. But I like to, since I've done it already several times and dipped into different genres, man. I'm gonna keep working in them genres. Like right now, I'm actually working on a reggae track, not reggaeton, but reggae. And I got the hook down. I got the first verse down already. So once I get the second verse written, I'm gonna go record it. And it's smooth melody. I'll send it to you as well whenever I'm done recording it, and I put it out that we can check it out.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah, man. Because
I'm working on a album now with Voice, one of the other artists that was on here, and his album right now is dope. What he sent me was dope, dope, dope. When I tell you some kind of
yeah,
fly, and he's an R&B artist, specializing in love. Like that's what he does. So if you get an opportunity, you might want to look up Voice, Boyyce. He's a great lyricist. Like he's a great R&B singer. Period. So
V O VOIYCE.
no, Voyyce.
Okay, VOYY, two Y's. All right, I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah, yeah, you might want to tap in with him because he's like extremely like where you are on the love thing. He is extreme with it.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
his
definitely. I'm gonna check them out.
his imagination. Um, yes, crazy. Like you would love it if you hear some of the stuff that he's working on right now. You'd be like, well, damn. Like we ain't
Yeah,
heard this
sure.
kind of music in forever. One of
I'm
those
gonna
type
check
of
it out, man,
artists.
because I love R&B, man. Because R&B is not what it used to be back in the day. You know what I mean? We can all agree on that. And
Oh, I'm
I wouldn't
telling you, we
mind bringing
working
that
on
back.
something.
Well, I want to check it out, man. I'm interested in checking it
Yeah,
out,
we
man. I'm
we
looking
working
forward
on
to it.
something right now to
Well, I can't wait to
I
check it
even sent
out.
it to my old head, my dad, who is also a musician. Yeah, like and he was like, man, like that's great. He's like, yeah, and he's old from way back. He's from the Untouchables, the group the Untouchables from way, 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 way back. So
yeah,
when you could get somebody that old to participate in that way, like not old, he about 20 something really, but but when you could get somebody at that age to appreciate the R&B right now, you got something great going on.
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna be honest with their opinion. Them old heads, they call
Yeah,
us old heads and shit. They ain't gonna hold back. So if he genuinely loves it, he's gonna let you know. You got a good
yeah,
one on your hands. Yeah,
yeah. He was like, oh man, that he was like, I ain't heard that kind of music in forever. I said, I know, right? I'm like, Pop, that's why I had to let you hear this. Like, this is something different. Like, it's one of those albums that it's gonna automatically hit and run.
yeah, man. Well, I can't wait to
That's
look forward
how
to it. I'm gonna reach
well.
out to him on Instagram.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
yeah,
reach
it's
out to him on
crazy.
Instagram.
He's crazy
Shout
with it
out,
right now.
boys.
Do you believe vulnerability makes an artist stronger, or does it create another level of risk when you put your emotions into it? I think I asked you that already. If
Yeah,
someone
you did.
listens to Name of Love and completely misses the message you intended, what would you want them to listen for a second time to discover?
That I wasn't speaking no lies. I was speaking pieces of my life. You know what I mean? There was no script in that. You know what I mean? I was just speaking, I was just reaching and pulling different moments from my life in that moment in time to put down on record. You know what I mean? That way, whether I listen to that music, to that song
Yeah,
10, 20 years from now, it's gonna take me back to exactly what I was going through in that moment. You know what I mean? Those feelings, and it's always gonna be a glimpse through a window of my life in that moment, relationship wise.
yeah.
That's what I feel.
Okay. Um, is Name of Love ultimately a song about romantic love, self love, human connection, or something bigger?
Romantic love. It's about my wife, man. Yeah, so I hope couples across the world, not only America, but across the world can connect with it. You know what I mean? And it can reverberate with anybody going through similar situations, no matter what led them there to that situation. You know what I mean? I hope it can always connect to somebody
Yeah,
and let them know, man. Hey, sometimes you got to speak about what you're going through, and don't hold back. Don't hold
yeah,
back. So I feel people can connect to that type of track. Because I know I can't be the only one that feels like that. So somebody somewhere
yeah,
is gonna mean the same thing for somebody else when they listen to it. That's ultimately what I want for my fans
yeah.
and any new listeners to catch from Name of Love.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good song. Um, Hip hop has evolved from a culture built around DJs, MCs, graffiti dance, and community into a global billion-dollar entertainment industry. What did we gain and what do you think we lost?
Well, definitely lost a lot of well, man, because a lot of people nowadays just talk about violence and shooting people and all that. You know what I mean? Not to talk down on any genre of music, but
Yeah,
that whole drill music scene. That's all it's about. You know what I mean? And I just can't get with that type of hip hop. You know what I mean? Because it's just not what I'm going through. It's not what I'm living. It's not what I have in my circles around me. You know what I mean? I ain't got no time for no nonsense like that. You know what I mean? Nobody does in the real world. You know what I mean? Even for the people
yeah,
that are still living in the streets, we ain't trying to talk about that type of shit. So I feel, one of the compliments I get about my music, my hip hop, is, man, it reminds me of that old school hip hop. It reminds them of that golden era hip hop, and I take that, you know, that's a big compliment for me. I love that people tell me that because I'm still listening to UGK. I'm still listening to 36 Mafia. I'm still listening to Trey. I'm still listening to Zero. I'm still listening to K Reno. I'm listening to that type of stuff still. I like ASAP Rocky, man. I like Lil Durk. There's a lot of artists that I listen to, but I'm still listening to Pac. You know what I mean? I'm still listening to that flavor of hip hop. You know what I mean? That's the type of music that I want to bring to the
Yeah.
table. I want my music to be timeless. You know what I mean? Whereas drill music, you got to be in a certain mood to listen to that type of
Yeah.
shit. And I know a lot of artists feel the same way about that.
Yeah.
Not to shit on drill music again. Any drill music artists that listen to this, man, my bad. It's just not my cup of tea. And they may feel the same way about my music, and that's okay. That's the
Yeah.
beauty of music. That's the beauty of
And
music. Music is
with a,
subjective.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you
Yeah.
good. You good. Go ahead.
Well, it's not really hip hop that you're listening to right now. It's rap, because hip
Yeah.
hop is different than rap.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you. I definitely agree
Some
with you.
people are just creative words, and you're just looking for the best double entendre to put on a song to make the beat sound like something, and they over there spin that shit and doing stuff like that, which is taken away from the actual culture of hip hop.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah.
They just rap it.
Yeah. Just a rhyme. They rap it just a
So
rhyme.
it's a different thing between hip hop and rap right now. I would love for you to check out the interview with me and Tara Van Poo from NYC. Van Poo kind of breaks it all the way down. We had a good interview on hip hop. I think it was one of my favorite interviews on hip hop thus far, is because he goes back far from boot camp click, you know,
Okay.
and so he has a wealth of knowledge in that interview about what we're actually listening to and what's happening. And I think that hip hop was really guided that way in order for the robbery to come about.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, man. Definitely,
Because
man. I would like to check
now
that
your
interview out.
albums and go ahead.
Can you hear me? Oh yeah, yeah. I would definitely love to check that interview out.
Yes,
I'll definitely check out your page afterwards. You can even send me that link if you want, and I'll
yes,
definitely check it out and share it.
yeah. It's a serious interview. I knew he was gonna click off because he was going back and forth. Um, but anyway, like we were saying, rap and hip hop is two different things. I'm quite certain he'll tap back in a hot second.
Now, I was just
Yeah, I
listening.
was saying that. I
Rapper cop.
I knew that you was gonna click out because you kept borging in and out. So I knew, you know, we prepared for
Yeah.
these things. We done had all kind of mishaps on this dog show. Um, has has social media made it easier for talented artists to be discovered, or has it created a situation where artists have become influencers before people take their music seriously?
Well, for me, my opinion is it is very easy for people to get seen and noticed with social media. Nowadays, in today's world, in today's society and culture, you have to have
Yeah,
social media. You have to. I mean, it's not the same days as selling CDs at the trunk the way Mike Jones and Paul Wall and Lil Flip and him and the way they did, out of Houston. They made millions. They were platinum before they even had record deals. You know what I mean? So nowadays with social media,
yeah,
it's a lot easier for people to get seen. I mean, I got fans across the world. You know what I mean? I literally got people that listen to my music all over the world. You know, some countries I can't even pronounce. Some countries I'm never going to visit. So that's the power and the reach of social media
Yeah.
and streaming and radio as well, radio waves. You know what I mean? So that's going to get you across the world. But in order to get those waves and to have those listeners, you got to put out. You got to be able to put out music and get on those platforms and get distributed. So Spotify for artists
Yeah.
let you see all that. You know, see what countries you're tapping into, what cities your music is being
Yeah.
played in, and you know, I'm amazed at some of the times that I look on there and I see what people are listening to me. So that's cool, you know. So you definitely social media definitely got power to make you be heard across the world. But yeah, as far as what you're saying, a lot of people do get they get famous for other things, and they kind of overshadow the music sometimes. But hey, whatever works for them to get on and get that money rolling in, they can always redirect that traffic towards the music career. You know, that's what I feel. If you're fortunate enough to blow up over something else, why not keep pushing that?
I send you guys not from just here in America, but when I actually hear something that I like, I send it not just here, but I send it to South Korea, and I also send it over to London. So, I've worked from New York to Florida to London to South Korea on your behalf. Um, so that's why I like for the music to be like ready and the artist to be ready. That's the purpose of this show. So that when other people actually pick you up and they like, okay, well, I seen them and I know that she's going to pick because I'm a DJ, so I'm going to pick the best music.
Yeah.
Like I've
Yes.
picked winners my whole life. Um, and so, when I hear something that I actually think should make it across seas, I do send it out to all my teammates across the world. So that's one thing that social media does. But what I appreciate more is the hustle of the game. So I also tell people to go back to the old school. I don't know, like I'm very adamant about um presenting yourself. Cause see,
Yeah.
they don't have artist development anymore. So it's harder for artists to present themselves as an artist. They still be a little street with a K.
Yeah.
Um
Man, you ain't wrong about that shit at all, man. I feel you. Yeah, man. Or they ain't got no media training. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not
Absolutely.
everybody
So that's
does.
that's the
Not
purpose of this
everybody
show right here.
has that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's why I do this show, like for up and
Yeah.
coming artists, because I am a former executive A&R and I am a former artist development specialist. That's why I do this show so that I can get you ready and pumped up, so that anytime I want to present you to somebody else, I can say this is so and so that I did an interview with blah blah blah. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I
Definitely,
actually
man.
suggest people pop the trunk with the CDs and become personable
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And
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 every
and
time I do
when I
shows, yeah,
said
you
that,
gotta have that.
a while back, the person that took me up on it and I was very proud of her was Cardi B. She
Cardi
heard me
B.
say it. She heard me say it. She got right down to business on that last album. And Cardi was out there on the block with her CDs. And I was very, very proud of her. Like, yes, because this is what it's going to take for people to want to be a part of rap again because of things such as Takeoff, because of things such as drill music, because of things such as the arguing and the gunplay and the ridiculousness. What it does is it introduces you back into an audience of people that want to get to know you. And there's no
Yeah.
other way for people to get to know you except when you're standing face to face with them.
Yeah, man. Shout out Cardi B. And look at Cardi B
Yeah,
today. Look at
yeah, I'm
Cardi
very
B
proud of
today, man. Shit, that's
Yeah,
dope, man. So that's badass that you interview Cardi B as well. No,
yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah. Me and Party come from the same. We come from the same hometown.
Man, speaking of Cardi, I almost had an interview with her. I almost had an interview with her. Her manager hit me back because I sent like a couple of emails to Cardi B trying to get her lined up for Real Talks on my IG, man. And her manager actually reached out to me, and I actually have that email still probably somewhere because I know I started and screenshotted it and all that shit because I sent it to my radio people. Like, man, I wasn't able to
Yeah,
get Cardi B, man. She was on tour when I hit her up, so she was gonna be unavailable for like the next like 2 or 3 months. He had told me. He told me to reach out to them then, and I'm sure I did, but they never reached back out about that. But hey, to get a response one time at least was dope. You know what I mean? So I was close. I
yeah,
was proud about that. I was proud about that. I almost had an interview, but yeah, she was indisposed.
yeah. Partisan Fontaine and I come from the same hometown, and also the preacher and sinners. He and I come from the same hometown.
Oh, okay. That's dope. That's dope. Small world, huh? Small
Yeah,
world. Small world.
yeah. Yeah, he the first slam poet. I'm the second New York's top 5 slam poetry winner. I'm the second slam poet coming out of our town. So
Hey,
he
that's dope, man.
saw Williams, the first slam poet, and I'm the second, right there next to
Shit.
him.
Well, that's
So
dope, man.
we
Congratulations on that.
yeah,
Y'all
we
both
turn out
making y'all
artists.
name.
We turn out serious stuff. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. No, he make it way further than me. They all further than me, damn it. I'm just a squirrel.
hey, hey, you doing your thing though, man. You doing your thing. You're making your own name. You know what I mean? So that's people got to love you for that. They got to respect that.
I always
Got to
I always do. I
tell you,
always
man.
do. That's one of the things that they actually all love about me is because they know I'm Miss Taj B. Taj B gonna step out on her own and she gonna make it happen regardless. So um, you know. But if you had to
Yeah.
teach a young independent artist 3 rules for surviving the music business, what would those 3 rules be?
Definitely register all your own music and own ownership. That we got. You can't get that taken away from you for that. Of course, own your masters. Definitely
Yeah,
own your masters and all your copies. Get all the wave files and all that shit. Whenever you go do studio sessions, definitely have that.
yeah,
And man, be careful with who you do music with as well, man. I've never been burned, but I'll be hearing horror stories about people
yeah,
paying all kinds of thousands of dollars to these big name artists that are famous and all that shit, and they end up getting burnt. Or they record the music, and then their manager or their label doesn't want to sign off on it, get it distributed, and get it uploaded to platforms. I got a cousin that did
yeah,
a song with Trey at a Houston. Trey, everybody loves Trey. I got a cousin that paid like $5,000 or some shit like that to do a song with Trey, and it's a badass song because I aired it on my platform
yeah,
whenever I interviewed him, and he couldn't distribute it because Trey didn't want to sign off on it, get it distributed after they already paid 5 G's. Like, what the fuck? That shit like that is petty to me. You know what I mean? If I was ever on that level to get paid $10,000 for a song, I'm definitely gonna get. I'm definitely gonna sign off on it for that artist so he can make his money back. Why not? And so yeah, be careful with be careful with who you trust with money out here. And man,
yeah,
don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to try new things with your craft, with your art. Because in the end, that's what art is. Trying new shit, trying something that, getting out of your comfort zone. I definitely recommend that for people, man, because that'll
Yeah,
get you somewhere
yeah.
far as well.
Okay, Mike. Mike, please tell the people where they can find your music at, and what's coming up for you. I know you said you had a show coming up, but tell the people what's going on with you. What's your next song coming, and how to find everything else.
Okay, I got a single called "Stuck" featuring Triple O and an artist called Renaissance out of Dallas. Triple O is like my brother. We got a lot of songs together, but that's coming the next couple of months on the tall platforms everywhere. And I got a show that I'm doing September 4th up here in Lubbock at a club called Cowpokes. Lefty Gunplay is going to be in the building.
Yeah,
They got Lefty Gunplay coming. Grammy winning artist. Got that song with Kendrick Lamar. So I'm gonna come open up for Lefty Gunplay next week in Lubbock, Texas, man. So y'all can follow me on Instagram at the real Mike G Music. Music spelled
okay.
Muzik. That's the same on Twitter and on Facebook. Y'all can follow me as Michael Garza on Facebook. But I'm really just active on Facebook and
Yeah,
Instagram, really. So those two things, and on all platforms, man. Y'all can check out my music on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Tidal. Look up "Name of Love" by Mike G on any platform you can find it, and then from there you can follow my profiles. I'm on all platforms, man. So yeah, definitely. I appreciate the love. I appreciate you for having me on the show and introducing me to your artists as well. I mean, to your fan base as well, man. Any other interviews you can leave me up with, man, I'll definitely be happy to pay the price.
there's some people that need to be seen.
Yeah, man. So I definitely,
Well,
anybody you want to leave me up with.
actually, my Making It magazine team, I'm one of the text makers for Making It magazine. And
Oh,
so my
okay. Shout
Making
it,
It team is who sent me your information.
man. Well, shout out Kelby.
So,
Shout,
you might want to, yeah, that's what I'm about to say. You might want to say thank you to Kelby because it
share,
was
yeah,
it
man.
was
Shout
Kelby
out
who sent
Kelby,
me your
man.
information.
Shout out Kelby, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been following Making It Mag for a minute, man. For a couple of years before he blew up to what he is now. I was following Kelby on Making It magazine, man, and
Yeah.
yeah, so definitely, man. I've always kept in track with them. They come across my feed all the time. I always share their opportunities that they post about. I've used their services for like South by Southwest distribution,
Yeah.
like for like flash drives and stuff like that, promo. Yeah, man, shit, Kelby's doing it. No, Kelby's come a long way, man, and he's
Yeah.
he's always been consistent with it, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, yeah, if artists out there listening right now, man, y'all follow Making It magazine. The opportunities he provides are real. They're gonna cost you some. You're gonna pay a fee because this shit ain't free. People got to pay a fee because it ain't free. He's doing all the legwork. So shout out Kelby for linking
Yeah.
me up with you as well, man. So I appreciate the love. Thank you for telling me that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He always suggests certain people to me because me and Kelby share the same ear for music.
Yeah.
We often have the same thought pattern when it comes to certain artists and certain music. Like when there's other people, we're
Uh huh.
all in music. Most people will go one direction, but me and Kelby kind of stay like right there between each other. Like we both can see at the same time what it is. So I think he has a great appreciation for me as I have for him. As a matter of fact, you'll hear him say that on one of the shows. It's one of my favorite brands.
Yeah.
I'm very fond of that brand, which which is the ultimate DJ music review and more. I think I put the ultimate DJ music review and I didn't add more. And he got mad with me like, well, where's the and more? So it was kind of hilarious.
Yeah, man. So Yeah, definitely shout
Yeah,
out Kelby.
it was absolutely hilarious having Kelby like, well, where's the and more? He's like, I'm a fan of that brand.
Yeah,
So,
man. Yeah. Yeah, Kelby's
we have a the same sort of fear. Yeah, go ahead. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, shout out Kelby. Shout out Kelby and Making It Magazine, man. They're definitely dope and consistent, man. I see them all the time on Instagram and Facebook. They stay across my feed. So shout out Kelby, man, for the link up on this one. For real. I appreciate the love, bro.
So, now I'm looking at your face, right, Mike? You don't look like the typical Mexican. You mestizo?
Ah, man, you know what? I actually want to take a DNA test to see where my roots come from. Cause I've been hearing all kinds of shit, man. That I look like I'm Mediterranean. I look like I'm South
You do.
American. I was in the Dominican Republic a couple of months ago, and I was talking the language like that, and they thought I was from over there and shit. The people I was talking to, and I'm like, nah, I'm from Texas, bro. I hit it with some English. They were like, oh shit, yeah. They thought I was Dominican Republic, and I was in Puerto Rico. They thought I was Puerto
Yeah,
Rican. So yeah, man, I'm from West Texas, man, born and raised.
yeah,
My parents are from here. My grandparents are from here. I shave my head, you know what I mean? I'm not bald all the way. I just shave my head because I ain't got to spend money on hair products. So, yeah, man. I actually don't know where my roots originate from. I'm about to check that out one day.
yeah. You look a little mestizo. I'm looking at your nose brace and the way that your face is shaped. I took my glasses off because most Mexicans can look at me and see who I am.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't.
So I am I am mixed Apache and Chata and
Oh no,
Blackfoot.
shit. Oh shit, for real. That's dope, man. My wife,
You
my wife, she's
most
a
Mexican, yeah, most Mexican. Go ahead. I'm
my
sorry.
wife's my yeah. No, you shit. I was just gonna say my wife's native too as well. My wife's native as well, man. She look like a white girl, but she's from Cali, man. She's her family's. I want to say, well, I don't even remember her tribe that her family's from. Miwok. I want to say Miwok. I think her family's Miwok Indian. But yeah,
Yeah,
she's native as well, man. So she got native blood
yeah,
as well. Oh, that's
yeah.
pretty
Most
cool, man. That's
anytime
pretty cool.
I'm around like Mexican people, they look right at me. They know exactly who I am automatically. I don't even have to say much. They like you. Me say you black, but you know black. You know black. I said no. I'm Indian. And so
Yeah, huh?
they just kind of look at me and say yes, yeah. We see. They see my cheekbones, my forehead, and so they see it right on me immediately when they look at me.
Man, did you
And
see that
so
story
we never
about
get into
the?
those type of arguments. You know how most people are
Yeah,
arguing.
yeah, they get mad about
Go
that
ahead.
stuff. Some people are
Go ahead.
touchy about that stuff. You're right. Did you see that story about that native
Yeah.
Indian player for the Dallas Cowboys? You see that
Yes.
story? That's
Yes.
pretty cool, man. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was amazing right there. I think he was
Yeah.
Navajo. Yeah, so that was a beautiful thing.
They're all yeah, most of the black Americans out of North Carolina and Florida and Virginia are actually Native American. Well, they're not Native American, they're indigenous American. So you'll see a lot of us with the same facial structures, because you can always tell with native people because we have our faces are shaved down on the sides. Our foreheads are
Okay.
square and not round. You'll notice it with us because we have a deep set eye, a serious cheekbone, our nose shape. That's why I asked you were you mestizo because of your nose shape and the bridge of your
Yeah,
nose.
man.
This is something that
I
most people don't recognize with indigenous people. You know,
I wouldn't doubt
cheekbones,
it, man.
forehead, nose bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I got it. And I
yeah.
got them features.
So
I
that's
got
why
them
I asked you
features.
that. That's why I asked you that.
Maybe I am
Yeah,
mestizo. Ain't
definitely,
no telling.
definitely. You
That'd be
like
crazy.
you had some brothers, like you had some brothers, like you had some brothers in the family.
I probably do. I probably
you got some,
I probably
you got
do.
some, you know, you got some brothers in the family way back.
Yeah, man. I probably
Mike,
do, man. Ain't no telling.
I'm gonna take you out with a fun round.
All right.
Um, studio at 2 a.m. or studio at 2 p.m.
Studio at 2 a.m. because I will not be being bothered. I won't be distracted. At 2 p.m. in the day, I got too much shit going on. You know what I mean? Unless it's like a Sunday. A
Yeah,
Sunday, maybe I'll take a 2 p.m. studio session. But if I got the choice, I'll rather be there late at night because I normally don't have my son with me at that time when I go to the studio that late. You know, because my son be in the studio with me all the time. I got a little 6-year-old. He's my shadow. He goes with me everywhere. You know, so if he could go
yeah.
to work,
He gonna
two,
go to work next year.
because I'll get, yeah, he will. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, at 2 a.m., I'll get more done in the studio without any distractions. So that's what I prefer.
Old school
Can you
hip
hear me?
hop or today's hip hop? Yes.
Definitely old school hip hop. Old school hip hop. Yeah,
Favorite
that's my flavor.
favorite Texas hip hop artist of all time. What's your
Favorite
favorite
Texas
Texas
hip
hip hop
hop
artist of
artist?
all time?
Man, I have to say Pimp C.
Yes,
Pimp C.
absolutely. Whoop whoop.
Woo
Absolutely.
woo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Big Pimp. That's right.
Pimp C, baby.
Wha-
I'll definitely say Pimp C.
One one artist you absolutely have to collaborate with.
I would have to say, most people are gonna want to say Eminem, Jay Z, Tech Nine, something like that. Normally, I would go in that direction, but nowadays, I'll probably say Alessia Cara. Alessia Cara. She's a dope. She's a dope
Okay.
female artist. You know what I'm talking about, right? Alessia Cara.
No.
Man, yeah, check her out. She's big. She's mainstream. But one of the songs that I know is that one song of "You're Beautiful" or "Wild Things." She got a song called "Wild Things" and "You're Beautiful." Yeah, man, she's dope. Yeah, she's dope. I just like the way she does her vocals and her music, man. I would like to do a song with her if I could right now. That's who I would hit up for a feature. Alessia Cara. Go check her out when you get a chance. "Wild Things." "You're Beautiful."
Alessia
And
Cara.
she's got a
All right.
Alessia Cara. She's pretty
Okay.
dope. I found out about her. I had been hearing the music. It's been years ago, but I seen her. I caught her interview on the Breakfast Club because I watched the Breakfast Club as well, and that's how I get to
Yeah.
get a feeling for who all the stars that I heard of. And at that point, I didn't know who she was, but I knew her music, and I said, "Man, she's dope," and she seems down to earth. So I would definitely like to do a track with her, man, because she's dope. I like her vocals. She's different.
If Name of Love were a movie, what genre would it be?
I definitely have to say rated R. I definitely And I don't mean
Another shade of
just
gray.
because of yeah, nothing like that. You know what I mean? I just feel like yeah, it's definitely not PG-13. You know what I mean? It's definitely not PG-13. If I said that,
You
I'd
hear
be
me talking
lying.
about another shade of gray?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. It definitely be rated R. It
what
wouldn't be PG-13.
what's harder, writing a song or finding the perfect beat?
Mm. You know, that's different because I've actually wrote songs without a beat before, and I've actually sat
Yeah,
on beats for a long time before I came out with the song or the verse. Because normally my routine is I normally come up with the hooks first. I try to do that so I can build the verses around the hook. You know what I mean? But sometimes, you know,
yeah,
I guess it varies. I guess it varies with because some beats you're moved immediately to write immediately, whereas other beats you just want to listen to it
yeah.
and sit on it, listen to it over and over and over and over, and try to force a melody in there or a bar. Yeah, man, because I can't say that I do just one pattern. I mean, I don't take just one path every song. You know, every song is different. It'll move me different. So, and I know a lot of artists feel the same way about that as well. So that's what I think.
What's one song you wish you had written?
Oh man, that's a good one. You know, 'cause I've actually asked this question in an interview before too. I would have to say, man, that's a good one. I'd have to say "Dear Mama" by Tupac, because songs like that are gonna be around forever. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Songs like that are timeless. You know, you can listen to that shit 30 years from now. It's still gonna be a banger. It's
yeah,
still gonna connect. You know, it's gonna resonate with different people for different reasons. And
yeah,
songs like that are big. You know, that's like big production. That's like Hollywood, top of the Hollywood echelon in music. You know what I mean? That song is used in movies, cartoons,
yeah,
commercials, games. Shit, man. Podcasts. That song is everywhere. You can't get away from music like that. You know what I mean? So if I can write
yeah.
one
Tupac,
song
he was,
with a song like that, that'd be dope.
yeah, he was way ahead of his time. Tupac was way ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
if 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 Jay Prince called you tomorrow and said, "Mike, let's build something," what would you want to build?
Ah, yeah. See, Jay Prince has had his hand in a lot of careers, man. So he's got experience in all categories, I feel, when it comes to entertainment and business. I would want to build a media empire. You know, not necessarily just music, not necessarily
Yeah,
just rapping. I mean, I want to build a whole media empire with interviews, with something like what Charlemagne's done with the Black Effect. You know what I mean? Shh, that's big. You
yeah,
know what I mean? I mean, he has evolved that thing
yeah,
to what it is now. He just got like a $400 million check or some shit like that not too long ago. So, and he's got
mm-hmm,
several people under his umbrella that they're all winning, they're all eating. So to be able to grow something like that that feeds multiple families, that would be my goal if I was in any situation like that. If I had the pull, if I had the connections for something like that, that's what I would want to build. I'd be like, yeah, Jay Prince, let's build something like the Black Effect, and he'd be like, oh, okay, I know what you're talking
yeah,
about, because that'd be a winning
yeah.
choice. Something like that. You just if everything falls into place.
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you because of music?
Man, I got a single with K Reno out of Houston, and he's a Houston legend. He's a hip hop legend, South Park Coalition. We got a song called "Abusing Power," which is available on all platforms. On Spotify, it's probably sitting like that 80,000 streams. And I interviewed him on my radio show, and we connected for a single. I got him on for a feature, and I've done shows with him. I've done
Yeah.
like probably like 2 or 3 shows with him where we did, at the same venue. So that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Listening to people like that,
Yeah.
and then doing songs with them. Shit, that's dope as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out K Reno, man. I'm definitely proud of
I
that
said your
moment.
favorite Texas artist. Why do you go say finesse 2 times? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
The next two
sorry.
times, hey, for the next 2 times a character, man. He's a character
What's
for
what's
real.
what's one thing you absolutely refuse to compromise about your artistry?
Creative control. Creative control. You know what I mean? You be seeing, I be watching these interviews with
Yeah.
these big name artists that, I mean, just recently I seen a podcast clip of Tyler the Creator talking about how Jay-Z wanted to sign them at one point in time, but he would have lost creative
Hmm.
control. And, that takes away your identity. I remember reading Ozzy Osbourne's book, because I read a lot too. Not as much as back in the day, but I read Ozzy Osbourne's
Uh-oh, I think he gone again, y'all. I think he gone again, y'all.
control.
Oh, there you go.
So
There you go.
and look and look where it carried him. So creative control is something I would never give up. I
Okay.
want to do the music I want to do, and I
Last
want to write, but I
question.
want to write. Okay,
Okay, this is my last question. It's a time machine question.
all right.
If you could go back to the beginning of your career with everything you know today, what would you do differently and what would you refuse to change?
Well, for damn sure, I would start everything that I'm doing now with my music and how I did the radio and personality and all that and acting and all that shit. I would have gone on this grind
Yeah.
20, 30 years before, you know what I mean? Sooner, at least 20 years sooner,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I've been recording music and releasing it at this capacity like for about a good 8 or 9 years, solid 8 or 9 years,
Yeah.
recording and distributing music on all platforms. So I would have started sooner, but we can't. I wish we could. That would be awesome. But that's what I would do different. I would definitely start sooner because I'd be a lot further along. I
Yeah.
would have accomplished more. I could have definitely accomplished more, had more opportunities in that amount of time. So yeah, that's what I would do. I would start 10 years sooner, at least 10 years sooner. To
Yeah.
answer your
Yeah.
question,
Yeah. Um Mike, you've experienced the music business, the culture, the relationships, the highs and the lessons. If you could leave one message for the next generation of artists about protecting their talent, their relationships, and their dreams, what would you say?
man, can you hear me?
Yes.
Man, I would be careful
Every
what you
now and
put out. You
again,
know what
I
I
send a
mean?
zinger. Zing.
Yeah, yeah.
Zing.
Ask it again.
Go ahead.
Ask it again.
Every now and again, I send a zinger.
Yeah.
You've experienced the music business, the culture. You know, you've been amongst the culture. which is a stern Black American culture. The relationship, the highs and the lessons. If you could leave one message for the next generation of artists about protecting their talent, their relationships, and their dreams, what would you say?
Man, I would definitely say your platform as an artist is more powerful than you know. So be careful what you put out there. You know, what type of energy, what message you spread through your lyrics, because you never know what direction it's going to take your fans. You know what I mean? You may save somebody's
Yeah,
life with what you're talking about, you know, or you may send somebody over the edge to go take that, go crash out. You know what I mean? So, be careful with your message. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what kids are listening to your music. You don't know what family members are actually looking up to you. So, if you got a platform and
yeah,
you got reach and you got fans, yeah, you got a real fan base. That's power. You know what I mean? So just be careful with how you use your power out there. That's what I would. That's the message I would leave. Not to talk down on anybody's music, but yeah, be careful with that reach because it does have an energy and it does make people
yeah.
feel a
Well, I,
certain
I
way. So
tell
be careful with
everybody,
that. Yeah,
you know,
are you there?
like we're taught that in very young, from going to church and stuff, that watch your mouth because life and death is in the power of the tongue. It's what you say out your mouth that might could get you fucked up. It could determine your life or your death. You get what I'm saying? So you have to
Yeah,
life and death is in the power of the tongue. So you have to always be careful on what you bring forth out of that mouth. So that's a great message. Mike G, thank you for reminding us that hip hop can have experience, intelligence, business, vulnerability, and yes, more of love. So I just want to tell you thank you, for the name of love, and definitely push it a little bit more. And I look forward to seeing what you are going to do. There's another person on my team that's in South Korea called DJ Big Easy. You can find DJ Big Easy on Instagram as well. And
okay,
he's the South Korea Connect.
okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go follow him. Yeah,
Yeah. Remember, reach out to Voice. Remember to reach out to DJ Big Easy so that we can get you, onto the other side because he's
South
one of
Korea.
the expat DJs over there, one of the expat winner DJs over there in South
Oh
Korea.
man,
So,
shit, that'd be
and he's
badass.
from and he's from New York.
And he's from New York. Okay, hell yeah, man. Well, definitely, I'm gonna
You
reach
feel
out
what
to
I'm
both of them
saying?
cats.
So reach out on Instagram, to DJ Big Easy. I think his name is spelled Wert, WERT, Taiyu, in in um in South Korea. It's TYUUWERTTYUU, but it'll come up as also DJ Big Easy, right?
Well, shit, I'm gonna go
So
check him out.
that's
I'm gonna
some
go
place
follow him,
that you
man.
can actually send your music to. Yeah, because he does do a lot of promotion over there from this side because he's a New Yorker. Not only is he a New Yorker, but he's an awesome DJ. And so he does promote the artists from this channel over there in South Korea. And as soon as the DJ league up and running again, I'll make sure that they get the opportunity to see this interview because they also promote new music. Okay,
Well,
and we
hell
do it
yeah, man.
all over the world. We have DJs all over the world.
Well, shit, man. Well, I
Okay,
appreciate them contacts. I definitely
so
appreciate them
I want to
contacts.
leave you
I'm
with
about.
that going forward so that you know that there's always other opportunities for you guys, not just here but all over the world. But you got to keep it tight because they are like me. They are very stern when it comes to music. They're very serious about hip hop, and they're very cool when it comes to dealing with artists. You know, like they've been in the business for a long time, just like me. So they're very, very, very cool when it comes to promoting you guys, and they have their own level of experience and understanding. So reach out.
Yeah,
You hear me?
most definitely, man. I'm definitely gonna do that. So I appreciate them contacts for real.
Okay. Yeah,
So
no,
man, yeah,
it'll
man.
help
Thank you.
you get you out there a little bit further. Yeah, yeah. So, is there
Oh, shit, I,
anything you want to tell the audience before we get out of here, Mike G?
man, shit. Y'all go ahead, name of love to y'all's playlist on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, whatever it is y'all listen to get through your day. Add Mike G. Y'all check out These Things by Mike G on Spotify. That's my biggest single on Spotify. It's got over 325,000 streams, man. So y'all check out, man. These Things by Mike G. Available on all platforms. Y'all check it out, man. You know, it's a different flavor. I ain't your typical hip hop artist, man. I don't sound like everybody else. You know, I ain't gonna say the names that I've been compared to that I sound like, you know, my voice, but just I take them as compliments. But you know, I definitely don't sound like everybody else, man. So y'all go check out Mike G. These Things, Name of Love. I got several tracks on there. My Thank You Letter as well. I got a song called Thank You Letter. When you get a chance, check it out, homie. The intro starts with a heartbeat. That's my son's heartbeat from our last visit for the sonogram. And at that time, I was doing radio, so I recorded it, the audio, and you know, I was wanting to do like sound bites or something, you know, for radio, but I ended up using it in the song, and it was a beautiful intro, and it's called "Thank You Letter." You know, where I'm just thanking Jesus for what I got in my life today. You know, it's that grown man hip hop. You know what I mean? That adult hip hop. We ain't talking about blasting people's brains out. You know what I mean? So I'm just talking about life in general, what I'm thankful for. And I got my brother Triple O on there, you know, with the verse as well, man. I'm on the hook.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful song, man. So y'all check out Thank You Letter by Mike G, available on all platforms as well. And I'll leave you with that.
And Mike, do me a solid. Do me a solid though.
Yeah.
Don't be pissing wifey off. Happy wife, happy life, bro.
That's right.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna
That's
leave
right.
that
Happy
one, okay?
wife. Yeah, man. Thank you.
Don't be doing shit. Don't be doing shit. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, you have a good one, girl, man. I appreciate the love, man. Stay blessed.
I
I'm gonna be in
appreciate
contact.
you too. Yes, make sure you do good out here, Mike. Don't be out here on some bullshit like everybody else. You feel me? You make it count for you. You know, because it's a lot of nonsense right now. So make it count. All right, that was Master Mike G. Y'all, I'm hoping that it all played out on the other end. I know it was a lot of borging. I was trying to figure out where the hell is they going? Like they've been driving for like an hour. Where the fuck is they going? But anyway. And then a lot of times it be on my side too. I be blaming them. And then I look back at the playback and it be me that be borging out and stuff. And so it might not be them, it might be me. But in the meantime, and in between time, y'all know how we do.
Out of the freezer. Fresh, guess I was squeezed up. Fresh out of the deeper freezer, cause I'm deeper than any voice on speakers. I can't hear y'all haters, you gotta speak up. I don't need to slow down, I need to speak up. Anonymous activity, Bobby B stuff. Jealousy's a key master motion and ease up.